Ali Khamenei rules a $100 billion empire, commands a shadow army Iran's supreme leader. He doesn't travel by plane like other billionaires. He vanishes through tunnels, underground airstrips, and ghost convoys guarded by a unit so secret, even the world's top presidents were also surprised. Let's uncover 8 unbelievable truths about Ali Khamenei, and the last one will leave you speechless. Israel and Trump in on Iran's hidden supreme leader Khamenei in the crosshairs. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei isn't just Iran's supreme leader, he's enemy number 1, and the world knows it. Recently, the Daily Telegraph revealed that Israel's devastating strikes obliterated a wave of generals and nuclear scientists. With each precision strike, the net titan Khamenei now understands the chilling reality he could be next. Far beyond mere speculation, US President Donald Trump electrified the narrative, declaring, "We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe now." He taunted, implying the Pentagon's heaviest bunker busters could reach him at will. The threat isn't empty bravado, it's a statement of intent amplified by the reality of tens of millions in US military-grade firepower. The result? Iran's supreme leader has vanished, reportedly concealed deep within a bunker beneath Tehran, his communications silent, his inner circle stunned. Such disappearance confirms Khamenei knows he's in the crosshairs. Trump's words echo worldwide. Iran must offer unconditional surrender or brace itself for escalation. He framed Khamenei as an easy target, yet insisted the US holds its limbs for now, preserving strategic advantage. With Israel systematically dismantling Iran's military hierarchy and nuclear brainpower, and US forces poised with a bunker-buster arsenal. The air is thick with tension and possibility, and Israeli intelligence reveal he has embraced an almost ghost-like mobility protocol to elude targeting. No luxury cars, no cell phones or internet contact. No recorded entry or exit, only secret tunnel systems, military aircraft, and deep cover RGC facilities. Khamenei refuses to risk even the slightest digital footprint. His inner circle prohibits vehicle escorts that could be tracked. All communication is severed, no calls, texts, or encrypted messaging, even through aides, unless face-to-face. On rare occasions, he boards military aircraft, not commercial jets, into heavily disguised RGC bases to maintain vanishing invisibility. This isn't the paranoia of a recluse, it's a strategic lifeline. With Israel and the US intensifying drone and missile strikes, the Economic Times reports a new elite RGC protection unit was born secret. Even the RGC's upper echelons were unaware. The Telegraph states this unit operates around his locations 24/7, safeguarding against intelligence infiltration. Every aspect of his security is sculpted in silence. No airport manifests, no fuel logs, no traceable taxiways, only ghost movements through RGC-run tunnels and masked air corridors. A Times of Israel insider noted that senior Iranian commanders were ordered into underground bunkers en masse, cutting phone contact, even before Khamenei's relocation. What do you think makes Ali Khamenei successful? Comment now. The Invisible Army, Iran's ultra-secret guard shielding Khamenei. In the heart of a world where power is often measured in secrecy and shadows, an elite protection unit referred to by insiders as the Invisible Army has emerged as the silent shield around Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. This clandestine force, known to only a handful of Iran's highest-level officials, operates with chilling precision and unparalleled stealth. Formed in the mid-1980s and structured within the RGC's Valley EAMR Special Forces, it counts as many as 12,000 members trained for drone and AI, delivered assassination threats on top of cyber defense capabilities. This silent legion, more secret than the US Presidential Secret Service in both scope and design, is rumored to protect Khamenei in subterranean bunkers, possibly located beneath Tehran or adjacent to the RGC media hub. Fully equipped to thwart advanced threats from stealth drones to cyber intrusions, the unit dedicates itself to countering assassination attempts that have already claimed numerous senior military and scientific figures. When Israel knocked down 11 senior officers and 14 nuclear scientists in recent weeks, the urgency behind this force's mission crystallized dramatically. Unlike the public spectacle of the US visible, ceremonial, and governed by oversight, this invisible army is a ghost, unheard, unseen, unforgettable. There are no parades, no public profile, only a subterranean fortress of silence. Their training encompasses counter-drone tactics, artificial intelligence for threat detection, and formidable cyber capabilities, surpassing conventional close protection standards. Their subterranean strongholds, likely located beneath Tehran or next to RGC media facilities, are designed for absolute obfuscation. There, the Supreme Leader's command center may be permanently concealed from satellite and drone surveillance, a place where walls aren't just walls. They're shields, a place where whispers become directives that ripple through Iran's power hierarchy. Khamenei's $95 billion regime on the brink, Trump's final strike, or a surrender in disguise. On Wednesday, June 18, 2025, the world caught a glimpse of something it wasn't supposed to see. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, didn't appear live, didn't deliver his usual thunderous sermon. Pre-recorded video surfaced of a pale, visibly anxious figure in modest robes, gazing into the camera with the weary look of a man who had lost control. This wasn't strength. It was a silent cry for relevance. For a man who rules over a $95 billion regime, this moment felt more like a distress signal than a show of power. According to The Telegraph, this was not a routine communication. This was crisis management. Behind the curtain, Iran's propaganda machine, long admired for its discipline, was cracking. Khamenei, cornered by internal collapse and external pressure, made the decision no supreme leader ever wants to make. He authorized secret outreach to Donald Trump. We was in Qatar as a go-between. But Trump, in signature fashion, blew the operation wide open. They even offered to come to the White House, he posted, throwing diplomatic discretion into the fire and humiliating Khamenei on a global scale. Tehran denied the claim. But the damage had already detonated. Trump isn't just negotiating anymore, he's conducting psychological warfare. His online declarations, veiled threats, and statements like "we know exactly where the supreme leader is hiding" have turned diplomacy into a spectacle of dominance. Now, Trump demands unconditional surrender. And the supreme leader, once the architect of regional defiance, finds himself contemplating the unthinkable, backing down with shame, not martyrdom. Meanwhile, Israel is accelerating its own pressure campaign. Their airstrikes have crippled Iranian command centers and taken out critical nuclear infrastructure. Even more telling, the IDF and Mossad have launched public recruitment drives, inviting digital volunteers to assist in identifying regime targets. And lurking in the shadows is Reza Pahlavi, the exiled prince, gaining quiet momentum as Khamenei's grip weakens both domestically and abroad. Inside Iran, the supreme leader is bleeding influence. Key advisors are disappearing, power factions are fracturing, and the people drained by sanctions, inflation, and decades of state propaganda are losing faith. Khamenei's greatest fear isn't a missile through the ceiling, it's being caught on camera pleading, his once mighty image reduced to desperation. Now, he walks a tightrope. Give Trump enough to stop the bombs, but not so much that it looks like capitulation. Talks are quietly opening in Geneva. Foreign Minister Araki is working with France, Germany, and Britain. Iran is even nudging Russia and China for a diplomatic umbrella. But behind every move lies a deeper strategy: survive today, deceive tomorrow. Because in Iran's doctrine, tayyad deception is permitted if it advances Islam. So even if a new nuclear deal is signed, the ambitions won't end. They'll simply go dark, resurface later, more refined, more dangerous. This is not just a political standoff, it's the ultimate power play. One man, one regime, $95 billion at stake, and the ghost of Trump's ultimatum hovering above. The only question now, how long can Khamenei wear the mask of strength before the shame swallows him whole? How Ali Khamenei rose from a basement to rule Iran like a king. He began life in a pitch-black basement, eating bread and raisins. Today, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei presides over a regime worth more than $100 billion, commands a sprawling military empire, and holds absolute power in one of the world's most volatile regions. According to Reuters and the Wall Street Journal, Khamenei is not just a cleric or figurehead, he is Iran's real ruler, the supreme commander of a shadow state built on oil, ideology, and unshakable control. Born on April 19, 1939, in the holy city of Mashhad, Khamenei was the second son of a humble religious scholar. His childhood was defined by austerity. His family's 65-square-meter home had only one room and a dark basement. Yet that boy in the shadows would grow up to become the architect of Iran's modern identity, shaping foreign policy, domestic law to military strategy with a stroke of his pen or the wave of his hand. Khamenei seized true power in 1989 following the death of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Since then, he has not simply led Iran, he has ruled it with an iron grip cloaked in religious robes. In a country with elected presidents, Khamenei answers to no one. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, he is the final voice behind every missile launched and every sanction defied. While presidents come and go, he remains until death, untouchable, unchallenged, and unseen. He alone appoints the judiciary, controls national media, and commands the military, including the elite and powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, RGC. Every drone strike, every proxy war from Syria to Yemen, every negotiation or sabotage operation, it all begins at Khamenei's desk. He has over 2,000 hand-picked loyalists embedded across every ministry, making the office of the president little more than theater. And while the nation suffers under U.S. sanctions, youth unemployment, and economic collapse, Khamenei's empire thrives. Reuters uncovered that he controls a sprawling business empire under the Secrecy organization originally created to manage post-revolution assets. It has morphed into a financial machine owning real estate, telecoms, and oil ventures, none of which are publicly accountable. Secrecy's estimated worth? More than $95 billion. But even the most powerful man in the Middle East knows fear. Following President Raisi's sudden death and rising tensions with Israel, Khamenei has vanished from public view. No live speeches, no grand appearances, just pre-recorded videos, brown curtains, and vague backdrops. The Telegraph reports that he's now protected by a top-secret military unit so classified, even his generals were left in the dark. For all his titles, supreme leader, head of state, Commander-in-Chief Ali Khamenei is now a ghost emperor, one who governs through whispers, moves through bunkers, and clings to power as the storm of revolution brews around him. From cleric to kingpin, inside Khamenei's $1.2 billion hidden empire of mansions, supercars, and power. You've seen him in long robes, heard him preach resistance, and watched him scorn the West. But Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader since 1989, isn't just a cleric. He's the man behind a billion-dollar empire that makes Hollywood moguls and Gulf royals look modest. While official reports place his salary between a humble $2,400 to $6,000 per month, insiders and financial analysts suggest something far more shocking. Khamenei's real annual income ranges from $12 million to a jaw-dropping $120 million. And that's just the liquid flow. His net worth, according to multiple intelligence leaks, sits comfortably above $1.2 billion. The engine behind this wealth. Not divine blessing, but strategic control. Khamenei's fortune is funneled through layers of shadow holdings, religious foundations like Secrecy, offshore accounts, vast real estate portfolios stretching across Tehran and beyond. One of the crown jewels in his hidden kingdom is a lavish private mansion tucked along Palestine Street in central Tehran. This is no ordinary estate. It's a fortress meets palace, guarded like a military base and dripping with extravagance. Picture grand gardens, meticulously manicured, opulent sleeping quarters lined in silk, a high-security underground garage, a private library fit for a king, and a war room-style study where the fate of nations is whispered behind closed doors. And when it comes to transportation, the so-called modest cleric owns a car collection that could rival a Beverly Hills tycoon. Reports reveal he cruises in a BMW 7 Series worth $240,000, a Mercedes-Benz SL at around $300,000, a luxury Porsche Cayenne tagged at $180,000, and even a Mitsubishi Pajero Armored Edition, also estimated at $240,000. That's nearly $1 million in luxury vehicles, shielded behind steel gates and surveillance drones. And the opulence doesn't end with him. His family sons, daughters, in-laws sit atop a financial web that stretches into ministries, oil contracts, telecom networks, and defense procurement. According to Reuters and Radio Farda, the structure operates like a cartel, with loyalty, silence, and profit at its core. Critics inside Iran whisper about the House of Khamenei the same way they speak about ruling dynasties: untouchable, unstoppable, and unseen. Inside Iran's $5 billion first family, the secret empire of Ayatollah Khamenei's, they preach sacrifice, demand austerity, and rally against Western greed. But behind the black robes and revolutionary slogans, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's family is quietly running one of the most extravagant dynasties in the modern Middle East, an elite bloodline worth over $5 billion. According to reports compiled by Radio Farda and Reuters, while ordinary Iranians stand in breadlines and endure crushing sanctions, the Khameneis live like Gulf royalty fueled by offshore accounts, gold vaults, and monopolies cloaked in religious power. At the top of this invisible pyramid sits Mojtaba Khamenei, the supreme leader's second eldest son and heir to the empire. Mojtaba alone commands an estimated $3 billion regime worth more than dollar fortune, bolstered by gold and diamonds valued at $300 million. Through a vast network of oil deals, $1 per barrel to China, up to 15 to everyone else, he siphoned Iran's lifeblood into private jets, helicopters, luxury stables, and even Iran's largest shopping mall. One of his boldest grabs? Thousands of hectares of prime commands a sprawling military empire, land in Abbasabad, gifted by ex-RGC commander and now mayor of Tehran, Mohammad Bagher Khalibaf, in what insiders call a royal handoff. Masoud Khamenei, the third son, is the family's digital gatekeeper, curating the supreme leader's public image while privately managing hidden assets. Behind a modest tech front lies a far darker treasure, $400 million hidden in UK and French bank accounts, $100 million more parked in Tehran, and monopoly control over Renault vehicle imports across the country, a cash stream that never sees daylight. Mazen Khamenei, the youngest son, isn't left behind. Worth over $200 million, he profits from the same Renault pipeline and uses $10 million in trade liquidity to manipulate Iran's domestic markets, driving up prices, fueling shortages, and buying silence with currency control. His reach spans banking, logistics, and underground trade. And the daughters? Boshra Khamenei, married to the son of Khamenei's powerful chief of staff, sits atop $100 million, with stakes in luxury goods, cosmetic companies, and boutique development projects. Meanwhile, Hoda Khamenei, more discreet but no less indulgent, runs a high-end women's salon in Tehran, catering to the elite and draped in European fashion labels. Her net worth is also pegged at $100 million. But the web doesn't stop there. Hassan Khamenei, the supreme leader's uncle, controls 7% of Sony's $600 million annual revenue in Iran by monopolizing broadcasting procurement for state TV. As Sony's exclusive national distributor, Hassan blends technology with influence, earning silent millions while the nation goes dark. This isn't just a political family. It's a dynastic cartel built on repression, oil, and unchecked privilege. While Iran's youth risk death for freedom and sanctions suffocate the middle class, the Khameneis soar overhead in private jets, surrounded by diamonds and power that rivals monarchs. Here are 5 shocking truths about Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei. Number 5 is the $1.2 billion empire hidden in plain sight. According to Reuters, Khamenei controls an empire worth over $1.2 billion through an entity called Setad, a shadow organization with no public oversight. Originally founded to manage abandoned property after the 1979 revolution, Setad evolved into a sprawling business conglomerate with assets in real estate, telecommunications, oil, and finance. It's not audited. Why? It's not taxed. It's simply his. Number 4 is his mansion is a fortress of luxury. While average Iranians struggle with blackouts and rising food prices, Khamenei resides in a mansion that would rival the villas of Gulf royalty. Located Palestine Street in central Tehran, his private estate features expansive gardens, an underground command center, high-tech surveillance, a luxury car garage, and an interior laced with imported marble and gold-plated accents. Radio Farda describes it as Versailles behind a veil, untouchable and unseen. Number 3 is $1 million car collection for a man who claims to walk with the poor. Despite publicly denouncing Western consumerism, Khamenei owns a personal fleet of luxury vehicles, including a Mercedes-Benz SL worth $300,000, a BMW 7 Series valued at $240,000, a Porsche Cayenne, and even an armored Mitsubishi Pajero. Sources estimate the collection's value at nearly $1 million, according to Iran International. He may preach sacrifice, but he rides in style. Number 2 is his sons are billionaires in waiting. Khamenei's second son, Mojtaba, reportedly controls over $3 billion, with holdings in oil kickbacks, gold reserves, and real estate gifts from high-ranking officials like former RGC commanders. Mujtaba even owns Iran's largest mall and is widely believed to be next in line for Iran's throne, only without a crown. The Telegraph and Al Arabiya confirm his influence rivals that of presidents. Number 1 is he's vanishing from public view and broadcasting from the shadows. Since mid-2025, following drone strikes and heightened Israeli threats, Khamenei's public appearances have dramatically declined. According to the Telegraph, he now speaks only through pre-recorded videos filmed behind brown curtains in undisclosed locations. Some analysts believe he has retreated to a fortified RGC compound deep beneath Tehran, surrounded by an elite unit so secret even top generals are excluded. Trump's return to office only escalates this cloak and dagger strategy. What do you find most impressive about Ali Khamenei? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Like this video, subscribe so you never miss a new story about the world's most fascinating people. Thanks for watching.